Hello and welcome. I appear to be extremely blowed out. What's going on there? Is that better? Still a bit white. Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and this is Factorio. This is my aesthetic Factorio series, as I'm calling it. Don't know why I've gone for a Ponzi title, but there you go. It's basically a series where I'm going to attempt to build some attractive looking factories. We're quite a way off doing that though, because we've had all sorts of problems. Let's get the game loaded up. We've had all sorts of problems, and I've been working away last night and this morning, trying to get us to a position where we can do something a bit more interesting and a bit more fun. Unfortunately, the natives have got some different ideas. Basically, what I did last night and this morning was I filled out. You see, we've got the electricity grids all up and running, and you can sort of see where I've built stuff. So basically, the stone smelting is done. You know, with all the drills. The green circuits are now up and running because we've got copper being smelted and going down onto our sort of mini bus area. Stone brick is producing both stone and stone brick, and the excess coal is coming onto the mini bus as well. We've also got I've mined out more of this coal patch to feed everything, and we've got loads of iron smelting, you know, loads and loads of it, providing ammo, which is not quite doing the job because the biters are so far ahead of us that it's not really able to cope. This here is the steel smelting. We've only got one lane of steel, but it is a proper complete lane. Usually I do steel and don't really properly, there you go, don't really properly do the thing. The basic problem is there's been so much pollution going their way. What I did, I tried to leave it running basically so that it would calm down. So it's all stopped and all the belts are full up. So hopefully we can build some stuff. I've still got the cold and stuff, I'm afraid. Hopefully we can build some stuff without sort of generating too much extra pollution. And this will slowly down because there's not really that much being generated. We've got a few of... I haven't done... This is, you know, the other thing I could do is the pollution eaters. I've even, you know, bolstered up the wind power, so we got like 130 megawatts available to us. But the problem basically is these guys are sending like medium biters and the medium armored biters at us. This isn't proving too bad, but then it's kind of not, you know, it's only a little bit, you know, that's sort of all static. This is the thing that this terrain doesn't absorb pollution. That's not actually, they're not absorbing any of that. So they're not, I think they were earlier, but they're not really bothered. It's these guys, and it's because the steel didn't finish all that long ago. So eventually, you know, they'll absorb it, the pollution eaters will absorb it, and it will contract again. Except where we start building. So a bit like this, where it used to be out here and it's all the way back here. It'll slowly suck the pollution out the air. So I do need to go around and put the pollution eaters around, you know. We do need to do that because we will be producing quite a lot of pollution and that. But what I would quite like to do is not worry about any of that. The trouble is I don't think it's going to let me. What do we do then? So. Because what I could do, I could just quickly bolster up this. Have I got any on me? Oh, I've got 50 on me. That's not really enough, is it? Because you see, one's already been trashed, you see, because we're getting, you know, medium biters coming in and medium spitters and all sorts in quite high volume. So we at least need to increase the amount of turrets we've got on the go. So what I think I'll do, I think I'll just do a copy and paste job. Because not really attacking the corners. The other thing, I mean, what I really should do is put on more, you know, more variety of turrets. so that we do more different types of damage. So they've been... Oh, that's Control X rather than Control C. So if we just grab a big chunk of that, I had hoped I would be able to get away with just, you know, just the one. They're sort of attacking... Here we go, there's one coming in there. You see it's a big biter now. So we can sort of double this up, and I think they've been sort of attacking roughly in the middle. So we might be able to fill that one in. This might be a bit tricky because there's so many nests here. They have been attacking sort of down here, and I'm assuming we're hitting some other stuff as well. So really I need to fill all of this in. That's a lot of turrets. I mean, I do have a lot of turrets in storage from where I had the previous walls. So I can probably do it. It's just I didn't want to have another episode where I'm just sort of doing boring stuff. This would obviously double the amount of damage that the things can do, but really the solution is, as I say, more... Let's see how much of that we can do. More turrets of different variety, and also switching to armour piercing, which we can now do, with the slight exception that all the copper's over here. Our ammo, normal ammo, is here, so I would need to run a copper line. Excuse me, run a copper line over, which wouldn't be too difficult. But again, I didn't fancy doing that sort of thing, really. Right, so if we head over. Yeah, so it's all filled out and it's all sort of ready to produce stuff, but it's not really doing any production. So what I wanted to do was just build a little bit of stuff to start with. A bit of... It doesn't matter. We've got some extra power poles, so I don't know if I copied power poles by accident. Oh, that's just a legacy thing. You see, I mean, this will double the amount of damage delivered per, you know, per thing. But there you go. See another attack coming in. And so the problem is that it's just not... Level 1 ammo is just not really enough to cope. I wonder if I can make some rather than travel back. 15. It's not very many. 12 left. Yeah, it looks like I grabbed the power poles by accident as well. Oh well. No big shakes. And there you go, see another attack coming in there. Yeah, we're going to have to bolster all of that. Are we out? Not quite out. Excuse me. Feeling a lot better today, but still got the tail end of this cold. See, we've got there's bits of damage as well, because I don't know if you've ever had this before, but the medium spitters can like start spitting at quite a long range, so just get all the things in and see what we can repair. So you see we've got damage there as well. Did this have... Yeah, it did, didn't it? So if I just edit... Wow. I don't really want the blueprint, but... We can put the, you know, the inserters in. See damage there as well. It doesn't take very much, particularly with the armoured biters, because I got the armoured biter mod on. That do. Let's see if there's any more that's been damaged. That'll do. But yeah, I can put this little arrangement I've got here in, but I'm only making the ammo for it in very, very low volumes, so it's like, you know, it's not gonna provide a lot of extra defence. And what I really need to do is build some of the proper just aware again, the music's incredibly loud. I keep turning down the music and that. And it doesn't seem to be making a lot of difference. Hi Graham, hello, how you doing? Welcome back. How's your weekend been going? The good thing about this bit I've walled off is that it's going to sort us, you know, we're going to be sorted right the way through to the point we want to make all the other factories, basically, because it's an enormous great area. New haircut. Yeah, basically, in a sense, yeah, I trim my hair myself. I do, because it's just clippers, basically. So it's a number. Well, I think technically it's a number 1. I don't know, but it's so thin on the top now. It's like, I mean, you can't. I mean, because of the light, it just looks like I'm properly bald up there, but it's not quite that bad. But yeah, I've just decided I'm going to trim it more frequently, basically. It's a. I don't fundamentally mind going bald, but it's the type of baldness. It's what I call Friar Tuck baldness. You know, so it's basically like this top area here. There's no hair, and then I've got hair around the side, and that's slowly greying. So, so it's sort of camouflaging it in a sense. But the trouble is, you can't do anything with it without it just looking stupid. Literally, your only option, or I think anyway, is to trim it. And the trouble is, even though it's going bald, it grows really quickly. So I'm going to have to do it every week, I think. Because it just looks silly, I think, if you have any kind of length to it. What am I down here looking for? I'm looking for turrets, aren't I? So I've got loads of them. But is that going to be enough? It's like, because I used to have them all along there, and I just picked them up. So it's this here. So that says 160, but it's only half of that, so it's about 100. Yeah, so that's enough. Oh, inserters. So they will kind of calm down, because the biters, because basically there's no pollution, new pollution being made. But I'm not sure I can be bothered to put in all of the pollution, you know, cleaning thing, and or do all the ammo on this stream. What I really want to do is tech up and get bots, and then things will get a lot easier. He definitely went like that. It's shiny. Yeah. It's weird. It's one of the things that's strange about it is it's not, you know, because you get like patterns of baldness in the family, and it's like the family's balding pattern, and no one else in the family is balding in that way. It's sort of more. The family pattern is more. Oh, I'm going the wrong way entirely. Receding hairlines. So. My dad has the most gigantic forehead. I mean, I've effectively the same thing, but it's got like forehead goes up to there now, sort of thing. And that seems to be a general pattern. But I've got this flipping. Oh. Friar Tuck style. Where are they? Yeah, I took a look at your Satisfactory video, and I think I might as well give you a follow as well. You know, if you ever decide to do any more streaming, it'll let me know, sort of thing. But I liked your see. I mean, you've gone for that thing where it's trains in the sky, basically. But I really like them corkscrew elevator things. They look quite cool then. I kind of need to. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with my setup. That's why I'm pausing it basically, because obviously it's sort of ramped up to a scale of production that I really wasn't expecting. Satisfactory. It's like, you know, that great big factory I built. It doesn't really. Oh, that's a point. I forgot to. Oh, well, I'll just have to leave it now. I completely forgot. After the stream on Friday, I did actually build a factory to try and make the stars for the Fixmas thing. But it was as I suspected. Basically, if you want to do it in a reasonable sort of time, because you can, they take a minute each to make the stars. Is that all of them? So hopefully that'll at least keep them at bay for a bit. But say I suspect I need a bit more of a permanent solution. Really, particularly if I'm going to, you know, use this base properly. But say I didn't really want to do that on the stream today. Oh, crashed into a rock, obviously. Ooh. What? Why is that rock still there? My dad went like his dad, but I seem to be pretty lucky with my hair. Yeah, as I say, it does tend to, you know, follow in the family from what I've sort of generally observed. But as I say, no one's really got this type of baldness in my family. But obviously, you know, it's not an exact predictor, but right then. So what we need to do first off is kind of extend this down a bit. I think. No, got the thing there because it'll need to be a bit longer. What I'm actually planning to. Oh, what I was going to do. So the smelting's basically done. Excuse me. The smelting's all done, so we'll call that done. What we need to set up is the oil processing. Oh, I wasn't intending for you lot to do that. But yeah, we're going to need some room to do some building. I've already set up so there's coal ready to go across. Obviously, I need to, you know, take it across the bus. But what we can do in here, what I'll probably do is, you know, belts and inserters and that, the basic stuff in that area. And then we'll sort of maybe have science on this side, maybe, I don't know. Might have it there. I'll feed it back. But we need to set up the oil processing. So we've already got in here, I've already got some machines and extra pipes and stuff. So we'll do that. I have a new one, trains up and down on one lifter both directions at the same time. Okay. Is that so like two corkscrews intertwining like a DNA? That would be quite cool actually. You're really good at. I don't know if you'd have to. I really struggle with getting train track to be straight in Satisfactory. It always seems to curve around it, and I think it's because I think you have to do the straight bit first and then do the corners. I suppose it also helps if you're doing, you know, you like attaching it to foundations. But I don't know. It always seems to go wonky, and then it's like all over the place, like wobbling back and forth almost. Right, have I got enough of them? It looks like I have. So what we'll do, so I've got tons of room, you know, and that's the advantage of this, even though it's taken me ages, is that we've got loads of room. So we shouldn't need to expand in any way, shape or form. Trains are slower, but the track is shorter on the new one. Oh, right, okay. Put that there, I think. I did actually consider there's a mod that helps you set up oil, because it's one of the things I find the most tedious in this game is setting up oil. Let's do that. And there is a mod that like lets you. Is that gonna work? No, that's not gonna work, is it? No. No, that's not big enough. Let's do it downwards then. Connect them both to this one. Let's do it there. Or there even. Yeah, I considered adding that one on, but try and avoid too many quality of life mods. I think you could play this game basically without actually playing the game. There's so many quality of life mods available. If I put you, there you go. Attach you there. Ooh, perfect. Oop. And we'll have to. I need to get some pumps, won't I? Have I got engines? Yeah, I've got some engines. Because we'll bring water down from the top there, which is quite a way. Maybe the neighbours have kicked off again. They've been basically silent across Christmas. And I think it's because the kids are possibly going back to school. It seems really late, though. I thought they were all already back at school. But, is that all of them hooked up? I think so. Excuse me again. Hopefully by next week it'll have all cured up, but... Right, so let's go and see if we can find... So we've got power, we might as well grab the power from there. I guess technically the wall isn't... Only way to keep it straight... keep it straight. With the straight parts, and make sure they stay on the same part of the foundations. As in building the straight bits first. If you're slightly to the left, stay slightly to the left kind of thing. Okay. I did that speedrun Factorio thing yesterday. 4 of us, 6 hours 57 minutes. I spent most of my time filling in missed ghost inserters. Is that oh, I mean, it's a silly question. I was going to say, is that a multiplayer? But obviously, if there are four of you, must have been multiplayer. But is that on a? That's a sort of a. Actually, some of your friends, or is that like organised via Discord or something? Somebody popped in yesterday with the. I mean, he might be there. Don't take this the wrong way, but most amazing username of the crazy bacon hair. But he was saying he hates alien biomes because of the amount of rocks. I think I might agree with him. Right. Absolutely bonkers the number of rocks there are. Some of these. Oh, do I no longer automatically pick it up? That's interesting. A streamer sorted out. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing some of the names people come up with. I don't like to ask because some people are, you know, some of the stories go probably a bit, a bit fruity and stuff, but it's like do wonder sometimes where they get them from. I don't know why I'm bringing this up so far. We might as well just make it here. Right, so where are they? There they are. I never remember which way around it is. Plant style. Ah, perfect. There we go. Let's do this and get the bots to do it for us. Cool. And then power poles. Like so. Excuse me. And then if we do that, all attached. Cool. Two, three, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Is that 10? Yeah. Well, it's easy. My OG gamer tag was pretty much my name, and at the time I was doing the goth thing. The GT part is an old mobile game played called Global Threat. Okay. Mine's odd. The reason for mine, I used to be, well, I still am really. I used to be a big fan of an author called Robert Rankin. And he does how can I put it? It's like science fiction, but like weird science fiction in a sense. I have to bring up water all the way down there, don't I? Okay. But yeah, he had a thing in one of his books called The Train of Trismegistus. Which was a literal train of Trismegistus. And basically, I'd literally just read that book when I registered on my first website, basically. So this is 20 odd years ago. And I was like, I can't just, because my name, excuse me, sorry, my name is just Mark, which is the most, you know, kind of boring name there is. So it's like I can't just be Mark. And I'd read that, and that sounded really cool. I didn't really know what it was, as it were, because it's a reference to Hermes Trismegistus. I didn't know any of this at the time. It just sounded cool. But Trismegistus is like, so it's almost as it sounds like try, 3, magistus, magics. So it's 3 magics, basically. Oh, didn't want to overlap that. Got that in the wrong place. Oh, it's a gigantic patch. It's not going to matter. Oh, it's filling it out, isn't it? Right, how far have we been? We should put in a pump. So yeah, so I just picked that. The thing was, though, I misspelt it. It's because it's Greek, basically. Oh, I don't know, Rome or no, must be Greek, I guess. But I misspelt it, so it's pump. There we go. It's got an E in the original rather than a U, so it's not Trismegistus, it's Trismegistus. Technically. Are they even... No, we'll do it over here then. But then I just stuck with it, you know, and like you do. And it was only when, like on a forum, basically, that I was quite active on. Do you remember forums? People pointed out that it's really difficult to know how to say. How far down am I going to go? This is a long way, isn't it? Let's do one more. And let's put it in here. Like that. Singdor has a Greek goddess name. Oh, that's cool. My I shouldn't. I mean, I won't say it because, you know, it's not, you know, not my place to say. But my my brother-in-law, he's clearly got a thing for names that end in like the E sound, as it were. So like Jamie, or and these aren't the actual names of, you know, his kids, sort of thing. But they've all got that type of you know, name ending. But it effectively means they all sort of rhyme as well. It's a bit sort of strange. When you write, you know, I didn't really realise until I wrote them down, you know, like the Christmas card, basically. And it's like, oh, right, they've all got the same, same name ending. Right. Oh, chop that in now. We'll add that on there. Cool, so you're going to make stuff for me? You're making stuff for me. Well done, lads, well done. Now, I guess we need, like, cracking and stuff, don't we? Yeah. So we'll leave a bit of... Excuse me again, sorry. Just 1 second, I need to blow. Sorry about that. I think that's probably a bit too far, blowing your nose on stream. That's a bit too... Oh, no. What happened there? Hang on. There we go. I switched across to another tab there. Norse goddess. Oh, cool. No, let's do... Should I put them in line? Let's put them in line. In fact, let's... Should I space them out? Yeah, let's sort of organise them properly in a way. So they're going to be there. So we want, say... Move that one. No, let's keep that one where it is. And then we want to move these two over. So, if we do that, put a little dog leg in, and do that. In fact, I could use the excuse of putting pumps on here, couldn't I? My name is just because my mum is terrible at spelling. Nowadays she'd be diagnosed dyslexic, but she was atrocious at spelling. So she just wanted very, very simple names for her kids. So, you know, Mark. It's a very simple name to do. Although, ironically, of course, there's the, you know, like the French version of Mark. It always puzzles me when, because you do get occasionally people like assume it's that version for some reason, even though that's not the, how to put it, like the standard English version. That doesn't sound right, but you know, generally we're, you know, marked with a K, which is what it is. But say people seem to just assume the continental version for some reason sometimes. I don't mind sort of, you know, you're not supposed to say personal details and stuff, but I don't mind that one because I have a YouTube channel with my personal name as well, which I had intended to do some stuff with, but I never really got round to. Right, so we got heavy, light, and petroleum, and water. Okay. I was worried about spelling because I'm dyslexic, so don't worry about it. I'll learn. It's easy. You see what I learn. Yeah, you can. I mean, some of these things you can sort of learn by rote, can't you? Just you know, learn the you know the pen stroke or the keystroke, as it were. You know, no matter how complicated they are. Yeah, okay, so we'll put in... I haven't even got any tanks. I mean, the tanks seem to have died down. I'm guessing because this isn't... Although it looks like they're absorbing pollution, they aren't. It's just because this doesn't absorb pollution. So it's not going anywhere, if you see what I mean. But there's no new pollution going on these guys. So hopefully, and I say that's hopefully what I'm hoping we'll end up with all stream. The difficulty is that once I fire this up, we could start annoying these guys, and then I've got the same problem. I could preempt that, I guess, with sticking some turrets in. I've got quite a few. Might be worth doing that, actually. Right. I say, really, we need to get some proper defences on the go. So if you put this here, and then, yeah, so put a pump on there, because I have done circuit networks, so he says, yeah. So get some wires. So your speed run, was that an attempt at a speed run, or just to get the sort of the, you know, the no spoon achievement? Was it actually, you know, are you gonna take up speed running, as it were, or? Because I said when I was doing the no spoon one, it was really good fun. But I don't think I could do speedrunning. I think I'd ever. I think it would kind of break me, really. I could probably do the bit, you know, like filling out the blueprint type of bit. So on heavy to light. That's in the wrong place then, I guess. Let's put it there then. Oh. Do I want to do it like that, or just have a row of them? Let's just have a row of them. So on that one there. Ooh, that's a bit close to that. That's not ideal. Go. And then you want to return your output. Oh, I guess I should put that one up first. We'll just stick a couple of these in rather than sort of math it out just yet. And that must be like now. Oh, let's put a pump in somewhere. Prevent backflow. Bring that. Need some more pumps. Right, so second condition. I want you to only turn on if heavy goes above 5,000, say. Da-da. Perfect. Next one then. What gap have I left in? Let's just copy that. I'm getting the same. In fact, let's copy it all. And I'll just change the... oops! Change the condition. So, light above 5,000. Super duper. Take that up to there. Is that going to go across? Yep. Except that that's going to be... no, that's right. That wants to be there. Oh no. Yeah. I need to hook it in. Oops. Hook it in there. Go. And I guess I could just copy this and edit the recipe, couldn't I? Right, so that's lining up on... oops. So it would be there, but I could just get rid of that so that we don't pollute any lines for the time being. That connected, that's connected. We want water. I think the guy wants to get on the leaderboard, but we used the print in that one, so it wouldn't count anyway. Oh, right, okay. Because I found that most of my achievements were with mods, and this was vanilla, so now I now have no spoons. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit. I find it a bit weird that it does the achievements. I didn't put any lights on these, did I? Again, as it were, even if you've, you know, if you're playing it with achievements, sorry, if you're playing with mods, let's do a couple more. It almost like restarts the achievements. But it's only, isn't it? It's like some mods, not all of them, sort of thing. Cool. Okay. Now let's actually start making. Oh, we're out of pipe. Where's my car? Down there. Have I got any of those in now? No, I haven't. That's okay. We could start a bit of the old production here, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's hop in the car. We need to lay down some walkways. I don't really want you lot filling that out. This is why I want proper bots, because we're at the stage where it's actually quite expensive with the nanobots, because they get destroyed when you use them, basically. And so laying down tons and tons of bell it becomes quite costly actually. So what I was doing when I did the, you know, filled out the rest of it, I just left things like that rock, so I didn't bother picking them up. Filled out all the regular belt myself. I haven't got any balancers on any of these technically. I mean, I have up here, but no, well, I'll just do that then. Right, so if we put down path as well. Oh. So we'll take this up to here. Let's say start filling out. We'll start putting in some of the old basics. Bar reach and squeak through, yeah. I've got squeak through on this. I was going to say I'm not a fan of far reach. It's fine. It's not, you know, I'm not against it sort of thing. It's just, I don't know. It never really bothered me sort of thing. The whole, you know, not being able to build, you know, super close to yourself, super far away from yourself. I think never really something that bothered me as such. So I don't tend to think about it. It's one of the big ones though. It's one of the most popular ones. Let's grab some of that. Bit of you, bit of you. More lights, I guess. Okay. So I'm not going to go my full-on thing where I do balanced lane thing and all that. So this is more for just to get on with production. I do want to put in put them away from power poles and stuff though. Right, so if this is here, oops, so I have that up there, and then let's leave a little bit of a gap. So I want to be building here. I'm obviously going to switch up to let's do it that way. So, you know, high level machines sort of once I've built a load, there's not really any point at this exact juncture using them. Can I get away with? No, let's do that. Cool, and then let's make all of them. As in, you know, all the inserters and all that sort of stuff. Right, so let's take a little thing off. So we'll do cascading things just to push it over. And then we want some chests. Oops. Some lights. Let's do one row of them. One row of them. Really, they should be blues, I think, shouldn't they? But, so I'll leave all the upgrading until I've got the bits and pieces. What else could we do? We could do engines, I guess, would be an easy one. But let's not do that. Belts. Yeah, let's do belts. How do I want to do it? Do I want to do a full-on? No, let's do inserters. But we'll start making blue inserters in volume. Just lazy and grabbing stuff from the other side of the map is handy. Yeah, okay, so if I want to, in fact, let's make that a cog machine. And then, so that's a regular inserter, and then that'll be fast inserters. Regular inserter. So I'm not going to do this, you know, in my usual sort of style. I kind of want to get out of the habits, in a sense, that I've formed with this, because I don't want to have a series where I'm saying it's all, you know, different and interesting designs and stuff, and then it's basically exactly the same as I always do. Plus, if I'm going to do that other series, that'll all be my normal things. Right, so like that, like that. Do. Oops. There. Do you need? Yeah, you do. Okay. And then, isn't red? Yeah, it's just more cogs, isn't it? Because green is then red circuits. I'm not actually making any red circuits over here. So if we do long-handeds as well, yeah, and just literally put them next to each. So this will be long-handeds. Oh, I don't really need that. Oh no, I do for the regular ones. But it needs more cogs, doesn't it, actually? Let's not do that then. Let's make that a cog. And then that'll be red. Or, no, I can't do that. So if you're there, where am I going to put the... I could offset that, I guess. Cogs. Yellow. Cogs. Circuits. So it all needs tweaking to... how many? A couple hundred, I guess. And then, I guess the same as that, but don't really need that. No. Cool, so you're making undergrounds for me? You are. You're making pipes for me? You are. Fast inserters, lovely jubbly. We might as well chuck them in there, I guess. Cool. We'll leave belts, I guess. Forgot my car. I didn't get that many pipes, did I? Oh well. Right, so yeah. We'll leave a little bit of a gap. Another one, maybe? Yeah, let's do another one. Oops. Yeah. And then we want lube. Have I got any? Yes, I have. Line this up. There. Actually, the other way around. Come on up. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. Let's move it one down then. Because then we can put the pump there. Load. Heavy oil. I don't know, a couple of them. Oh, I don't really need to. Oh, no. Let's do it anyway. Lube. Okay. We then need. I mean, we obviously need sulfur. Haven't I got some of these weird... Did I research piranha fluid? I did, didn't I? Well, it's made in an assembly machine anyway. What's it actually made from? Unless that's just the barreling of it. I think that might just be the barreling. I'm not sure I did the actual research to make it. Just gives you the barreling before sort of thing. Yeah, okay, so we need sulfur and we need sulfuric acid. Not sure how far up they'll go, but okay, so next one, sulfur. Let's line that up a bit better. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, there we go. So make sulfur. Return. And now we're out of underground. Oops. Super. Sulfuric acid. Petroleum gas, rather. So we need to add that to this, really. So I think we're in a fairly good position. Have to do a hop, skip, and a jump there somewhere, but we can just add it on here. Whoops. In fact, I could just do that way round rather than... I was going to underground it the other way round, but I might as well do that, I guess. Just can't see this coal going anywhere. Well, we need this coal to make plastic, obviously. That's what that's coming over for. I don't need 4 of them. I guess I could, rather than have my separate production thing I usually do, we could just... Oh, did I not pick any fast inserters up? That's dumb. Yeah, so it's a bit of a waste than filling belt out. Let's see if I can... No, if we do it there, might just squeeze the plastic down there. No. Wow. It's going to have to cross over itself anyway, but yeah. Okay, so this will be sulfur. No. Cool. Let's actually grab some fast inserts then. Can't believe I didn't pick any up. Weird. And put them in there. Oh. Got my hand, it's just not. Okay, so I want them. Let's boost these up then. Best we can. Now that we've made a few fast inserters. Like that. Cool. So I'll just take the coal down with us. Not coal, the coal. As we're doing this. Yeah, there are a ridiculous number of rocks in this whole thing. So we'll have the coal going up there, so that's probably going to be in the way, isn't it? Right. Okay. Oh, have I run out of... Oh no, I took the nanobots off, didn't I? Okay. You get lazy, you see. You get lazy. Isn't that too much for... So it makes 2 sulfur. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Two sulfur a second, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that would be 14. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. Like that. Yeah, so not quite full, but I say what we'll do. So I have coal sneaking up here, like so, and then fill that, and split that. So, sulfuric acid then. So, because we're going to need iron plate over here as well, aren't we, to make sulfuric acid. I could make sulfuric acid on the bus. You know, further that way. Let's do that, actually. Let's not bother making it here. Let's make plastic instead. Fantastic plastic. I think I'll do... So I'm trying to do different things, basically, rather than what I always do. Come on. So I think we'll do... Wait, what's the recipe with plastic? It's... Oh, 1 to 2, okay. So you only need half a lane to make a lane. Okay. In that case, that needs to be a split rather than the full thing. But you're also going to need, yeah, petroleum. Right. Get that in there. Feed you. How are you? I haven't put any lights on, have I? Down here. Yeah, did I do... No, didn't do it on the lube either. Yeah. Lights on there. And then this will be... It won't let me flip that, will it? No. No. Silly game. Right. Setters. Power. Lights. Coal. Let's make it symmetrical then. Oops. Oops. Like so. Fancy with your lights and everything, Lol. Yeah, get me, eh? Get me. I think actually there is one of the mods I've got, and it's actually like coloured lights from the beginning, because you know you usually have to do the signal thing where you send it, tell it to use the light, but I think one of the mods just would let me do just straight coloured lights from the beginning, as it were. I think I've kind of got so many I've lost lost track a bit now, to be honest with you. Let's make that. Do I want a pump on it? No, we'll leave that there just in case. That. And then you need some as well, don't you? Oops. Why is there no coal? Oh, because they're both blocked. Okay. Yes, you can't do it with... there is a button to mirror blueprints. You can't do it with chemical plants, though. Not... Or certainly not. So... Because there's two. There's F and G. Sorry, that probably sounded horrible. One does vertical and one does horizontal, but it won't let you do it with chemical plants or signals on rails. So I haven't actually got any rails. We may go this entire... We're not going to go the entire game without making a train, but we may do basically all of the research without doing any trains, because we've got so many resources here. It's like we don't really need trains. But yes, yes you can, but say it won't let you flip these because they're not, the reason being they're not rotationally symmetric. I think you can do it without recipes, but once you put a recipe on, oh, that's a bad example. Yeah, so if you flip that vertically, so in other words that, so if you flip it vertically, you end up with a machine that way round, the same recipe, and it's rotational rather than flip, basically. So if you imagine that flipped over, the water would be on the right hand side there, so that would be water, and that's not allowed. It's only rotational symmetry it allows. I'm guessing it probably wouldn't technically allow you to do it with oh, I didn't put a radar on, with oil wells as well, but I can't think of any situation where you would ever be actually doing that. So you can rotate them, but what I was after was having these, you know, parallel, basically, just to make it look a bit prettier, basically. Right, so if we join these together, which side should it be on? So if we put the plastic, actually, thinking about it, if we have the plastic on the inside, because I'm wondering if maybe I end up with the red circuits here. So if we put if this actually becomes, if these two are plastic, then I can just turn one of them round at some point, and then this is sulfur. In fact, that's probably what I'll do. I end up having plastic coming up here to make red circuits, basically. Okay, so in that case, this is on the correct side, as it were. Yeah, I think if I didn't have the nano, oh, have I run out? Crikey. I bet there's some in the car though. Yeah, you can't flip. You can flip railways, but not if they have signals on them. And I think that's because you can end up with like breaking the rules of signals. Except when I started, this is how big a nerd I am. I started drawing it out, basically, sort of saying, right, well, look, if you did do that, where would the signals end up? And I think they end up okay if you flip them. I don't think it's actually a concern. But what I was wondering maybe does happen is something to do with train stations. That the orientation in respect to train stations goes wonky. But say, I think flipped rail pieces with signals would actually work okay. But they don't let you do it, so it is irrelevant. Yeah, I think without nanobots, I think the things would drive me nuts. All the rocks. Right, so in theory, if we're getting 2 plastic bars out for each one, it's the same number as this, but I've double-sided it already, so I guess we could have one more on, and it would be slightly idle. Like that. And then basically we're just going to double this up. Because those... where do we want to put it? If we leave enough room for a beacon in theory, a theoretical beacon, not one of those actual beacons, a theoretical beacon. Turn that up there. Oh, wrong way. So they're really good for the detaily stuff, the fiddly bits, the bots, but it's a bit of a waste burning resources just to place belt when it's so easy to place belt. So obviously there's absolutely no petroleum for reasons. Why is this not turning this into petrol? Oh, it's not hooked up, that's why not. Which incompetent did that? No. No. So we're going to do, I say we're going to do a weird thing here. We're going to turn it round basically, so we're going to do a dog leg. So it's effectively a U-shaped thing. But it's because we're so far away from it basically. Right. Is that, oh, it's not connected. Let's connect it. Right. And then you need like that. And then you need, let's put that there in case we want to add a pump on. Regular pipe. The quick picker tool is one of the best things ever. It's actually a mod that, well, the mods basically, the devs basically just pinched. I don't think we actually have enough petroleum to support that, but right, what I could do, have we still got that one? Yeah, I could turn this into a blueprint. Snap to grid, relative. Now, that's wrong, isn't it? It needs to be 11. Yeah, there we go. Right. So, if we turn around a corner, where do we want to put that? So I think we'll hook the water up separately, so I could not bother bringing the water over. Oh, I've run out of undergrounds again. Just wait a minute. So many shortcuts. Yeah, it's ridiculous actually. I don't know if you've ever looked at the controls. It's utterly bonkers. Particularly, I mean, it's sort of, I've said before that accessibility isn't great. I think it was you that told me that you can actually, there is somewhere a colorblind setting. But because one of the comments I made was it's not great that these beakers all look identical in terms of the model, and then you've got, so one of the most common colour blindness is red-green colourblind, and you've got the two key things of red and green. But I say someone told me there is a colourblind mode, but the interface thing is like really good for accessibility, but it's it's more than I can get my head around. Right, so we'll do a dog leg here. I think we'll just stick it in. So put this in the blueprint. Book. No? Why is that on? There it is. So we'll just do a regular old corner. No, that's the water, isn't it? I'll put some pumps on this somewhere. As well. So we'll make sulfuric acid closer to the bus. Oh, I've run out of regular pipes. Okay, let's just go and stock up. Graphics, okay. Yeah, because I think it's Bob's mods. I've said this before. The beakers are different shapes, so, and I think that's quite a nice little touch. You know, if you have a square beaker and a, you know, round beaker and stuff. It's quite a nice idea, that, just to improve that accessibility, I guess. Oops. got them. What about these boys? Lovely. Not used any of them. Right. So we'll run another, you know, line down for that water. Okay, I'm going to have to make a bunch more pumps, aren't I? To see what mods you can make saturating more lights at Factorio. Yeah, I think I've seen some of those. It's odd, it's sort of, I don't know. That seems like a very strange thing to do to me, but I don't know. So why not just play Factorio? But I mean, I kind of get it in some ways. So if we put one there and one there, I can put them up. Okay. But yeah, it's a bit sort of like, why not just play the game that, you know, you're modding it into? I mean, I get it for, you know, like when they do these, like Oblivion in Skyrim and stuff like that. That you know, that's the sort of thing I think is a good idea. But of all the places for that to be, it's exactly there. Right, okay. That one's redundant anyway, so we can use that. It's too far, isn't it? Though? Okay, let's just offset it. Like that. Yeah, like, you know, a game that's really old or whatever, but Factorio's still, you know, a live game. It's, you know, still kind of being updated and stuff, so turning Factorio, Satisfactory into it seems a bit pointless to me. So when do you think we'll hear about the expansion then? This is what I want to know. That one's redundant because that's the water. It needs to go up that way. Because it seems to be an awful long time with absolutely no word at all. Particularly since they were so good. This is the bit that I don't, in a sense, get was the Friday Facts was a brilliant way of like engaging the community, yeah, and keeping them engaged. That doesn't look right somehow. Okay, so we'll put. I guess we'll just put the pumps in there, really. So you'd think they'd want to do a few... I know they did the whole thing where... Well, there was the controversy, wasn't there, with that guy they were promoting. It was a bit of a sexist, by all accounts. Not promoting him, but his coding ideas, which are a bit rubbish anyway, to be honest with you, having done some coding. But yeah, but then silent since then. I don't know if that burned them a bit, maybe. But complete silence since then. In fact, I've noticed the game has updated itself a few times. Well, they've done a few updates, should I say. Without patch notes coming out, so I don't know what's going on there. Right, so run this up. Hopefully without interacting too badly with the copper smelting. And then we'll work out... Well, we could squeeze... In fact, it might be a good place to squeeze a bump in there. Since we're right here. Get one in there. Oh, perfect. I think. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, it seems an extraordinarily long time to say nothing. I think there's a cliff there, which is what I can't get past. It's difficult to tell. Right. I think I've actually got water pump. Like, have I? I know I've got water fill, so I could just stick that in somewhere, but I don't know. I want to use water fill to make like harbours and stuff, like, you know, straight edged harbours rather than, you know, cheat water pumping. But as I've said before, I find it bizarre that the idea that the engineer doesn't know how to dig a well, especially given the water table. No, wrong thing. Nuts. Given the water table is clearly very low. But yeah. Thinking too hard about game mechanics. 3D Factorio, I'm in. Yeah, I mean, I say I don't quite get modding Satisfactory into it, but certainly building a 3D Factorio, you know, I mean, that's what they did basically with Satisfactory, but they decided to change a few things. You know, well, to make it different, you know, just as a different game sort of thing. But yeah, you could make like just 100% Factorio, and it would be pretty awesome, I think, in 3D. You know, I said this before, but I'd love to play setup. There must be a mod for it. Oh, because I don't know if I said, but I did get the Quest headset, VR headset, for Christmas. So I don't know if there's a VR mod for Satisfactory. I'll have to see, but you can. You have to work up to full-on motion-heavy experiences in VR. So I'll probably play. In fact, I already played a game, one of the more famous ones, Moss. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's absolutely amazing. I'm kind of blown away with it, to be honest with you. The animation is just gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, sort of playing a VR, you know, factory building game. And they're doing, there's a couple of, like City Skyline is doing a VR version. See if we can get this to work nice. Let's take you lot out so that you don't waste yourselves. So if that was there... Oh, that'd be okay. Yeah, that's okay. Let's put you back in. Skywind and Skyblivion, yeah, that's what they're called, isn't it? Yeah, the Friday Effects is gone, but there's stuff on the main, so I haven't seen that. But I know they do. There's like a fan one, Alt F4, I think they call it for some reason. I mean, apart from the, you know, I mean, I know what Alt F4 is, but I don't know if that has any particular relevance for Factorio, but there is a sort of a fan-made equivalent of Friday Facts. Right, so that's all the fluids over here. We could make sulfuric acid as well. Might as well add that on so that we can make batteries, etc. But yeah, we need to get cracking on science, basically. Let's put the sulfuric acid. It needs to be here, I guess, really. So that we can pinch some of this sulfur. Yeah, okay. Have I got any? Oh, I have got labs left. Excellent. It's all coming together, you see. It's all coming together. It's like I've planned it out or something. I haven't planned it out. Is that going to work? No, I need it to be a bit further up, I think. Yes, they are working. So I think they actually hired whatever his name is as a concept artist. Because SpaceX was made by one person. I've forgotten his name. But they hired him as like a concept artist. So the idea everyone has, or the thought everyone has, is that it is going to be the expansion is going to be something similar to space exploration, which makes the most sense anyway, even if, you know, you could add more and more sort of game mechanics. But in a sense, why bother? How quickly does that? So 50 acid. Oh, it needs 5 sulfur. Oh. Per second. Yeah, it might be better to have. Can I even make stack inserters? I can. Let's stick some of them in. Instead. And then we'll have iron coming up the other side, which means this is in the wrong place, really. So if we move it down one, would that be right? So the pipes won't be in the way of the iron. Well, there'll be the one, obviously, but... Oop. So that's going to be sulfuric acid. In which case I need to edit my blueprint, don't I? If I've got an extra row on. Right, so this needs to be sulfur. Like so. And then plate. There. Up and... Oh yeah, go on then. Right, need to connect the power up to it. How have I ended up with a 3... Oh, I know, it's because... Oh, I put that in the wrong place. I guess I could just put red down there or something. I seem to have ended up with the wrong spacing. I had, in case I wanted to go for 4 lanes of green, but we could always put the red up there, I guess I say. Right, so we need to connect the power, sorry. Like so. And in fact, can I put a cheeky pump on it? cheeky little pump. I can. I can find it. Why are you not making sulfuric acid? Oh, because the water's not connected. You should have said. You should have said, game. So we need that one to be undergrounded as well. And then get rid of that sulfur. I guess we could have a... In fact, no, let's put it in there, maybe. In fact, that might be a bit better. If I put a tank... we might be able to avoid having that, because that will go to there. And then we can put a pump, oops, pump there. Line like that there. Power pole there. And that could just be straight. Awesome. Hello, the Crazy Bacon here. You alright? How's the factory going? Not too bad. That wasn't, not in a bad way, Crazy Bacon here. Grimso. I was basically saying that you've got a really excellent username. I did say that. Yeah, I said it was a really excellent username. But you also basically, I was saying that you'd said about the rocks, and you're totally right. Alien Biomes is just ridiculously heavy with rocks. They're an absolute pain in the bum. If I didn't have the nanobots to basically, get rid of them all, I think they'd drive me nuts. That's all I was saying, basically. As well as I say, as your excellent username. So basically, just to run, I don't know if you were... basically, I've filled out everything that I was laying down yesterday. So essentially, we're in a stage where, we've got steel. In fact, I could take some of these off. We've got steel smelting here. We've got iron, loads of iron smelting there. We've got copper smelting there. We've got green circuits there. Stone smelting there. So it's all sort of set up and ready to go. And I haven't put a radar on. Let's go and put some radars on it. But we just finished off, like the basics of oil. So we've now got sulfuric acid, we've got lube, we've got plastic. What else? We've got, cracking and... What I haven't got, I suppose, is the fancy new piranha fluids and stuff like that. So we can add them on at some point. Right, so we want a radar down here somewhere. Get everything in range. Bus. It's not going to be a full-on bus. The intention of this is just something small to let me make stuff, basically. I just generally... I just find that way of doing it sort of easiest, really, as a default thing. But the intention of this space, and we've got so much space now, I'm gonna be able to do all of the research, in this area that I've walled off. The real threat is going to come when this really starts ramping up, making science, etc. We're going to have a lot of trouble with pollution hitting biters again, and I've still only got yellow ammo around the wall. But I've installed all these mods to do different turrets and stuff, and I'm not using any of them. So I need to really, pull my finger out and sort of start actually using, like this acid thrower and stuff, and the rocket turrets and all that sort of stuff. But I kind of went into a panic mode. It's not really a panic, but a sort of a, we need to get this done because the biters are just eating our base. That sort of mode, basically. Right, so we'll probably, we may well go up to green assemblers, but we're probably going to stick fairly low tier for most things. What I'm intending here is just like a production area for like basic things, almost like a mall compacting there. What I need to add on, because unless I've got a load in the... Oh, the car's all the way over there. Oh, I've still got a load of belts there. Okay. I need to add some belt production really. It'll probably basically stick with yellow belt and things like that. So it's literally just so that I can tech up through the sciences. More than anything else. So if I do you as gears, I guess. I mean, if it becomes apparent we need, you know, millions and millions of belts, and I've underestimated it all, then I'll start putting in some, you know, proper production for things. But as I say, I'm going to kind of go for a almost like a minimum viable product sort of approach, basically. So what we can do then is, where's our chests? There we go. Get a thing going there. But what I really want is bots. I want to get bots up and running, really. So Splitters does have green circuits, doesn't it? But Undergrounds doesn't. Okay. In fact, let's do that slightly differently than I was going to. So if we'd make that Hulks again, do that there, that there. So then you can be those. No. Let's do that. And then I say, so I'm going to do things slightly weird in a sense, but I say bus is going to stay because that's just sort of the easiest way for me to do it, really, without thinking too much. I don't want to try out, you know, like city blocks or anything. Almost, you know, just for the sake of it as well. I'll stick with one level of weirdness for the time being, I think. Oh, you need that. Oops. No, you don't. You need that. That's in the wrong place. So is that. No. Get it right in a minute. Light, light, chest. There. Yeah, I mean, we will go to blue machines, but I doubt we'll go to green, for example. I forgot to put a light on something, didn't I? There we go. So we put a light there. I use lights to sort of tell me roughly where things are with these. I guess we could make like some of the basics like engine and stuff as well. I didn't want to get too far into that because I want to get the science stuff up and running, really. Stack inserters are fast, aren't they? Yeah, okay. What is the new circuit network thing? Oh, do you mean them? So these basically are for nanobots. So what they've done with the nanobot mod is because once you've got proper robots, nanobots sort of becomes a bit redundant. So what they've done is they've added in extra things that you can put into your personal grid that allows you to use nanobots in grids as well. So it keeps them relevant beyond, you know, so you don't just go nanobots stop and then normal bots. You can use these. Basically, they go into your, well, as it says there, they go into the equipment grid, and they let the nanobots do additional tasks. So that one, for example, lets you interface the nanobots with the logistics network. So, I mean, effectively, it's meant almost like as a complete replacement, that you would just use nanobots all the way through the game, if you wanted. So they're automatically use healing items when your health is low. Each feeder has a 2-minute cooldown, requires a personal roboport to work. So basically it turns nanobots into personal healers, which is something your normal robots won't do, you see. So it gives you a reason to keep them around. Automatic tree cutter, you know, there's already a sort of mod that does that, but it's basically because in order to do nanobots at the moment, I have to take up a weapon slot, and so this lets you put them in like a roboport basically, and fire them out that way. But it gives them additional, because if you think about it, there's no real need for that in the sense that you've got robots, so why would you use nanobots? Because they destroy themselves. So this basically lets you use them, have a few additional functions that you can't do with robots to sort of encourage you to do it, basically. Right, why is that not? Oh, I forgot the iron plate, that's why. So that's there. I say we can make some engines or something, but we're kind of at the point where that's, you know, as much as that can support, really. So we'd have to start new lines and stuff anyway. Let's leave that for the time being, and I'll see about setting up. We're getting science back up and running. Right, so have I even got any bricks left? I have. Okay. Here we go. You see more rocks. I say I can use the nanobots just to clear these out, which is really convenient. I think I probably put in too many mods, to be totally honest, but a lot of them are very small things, or things that are very, in a sense, niche. So for example, I've got the whole waterways, you know, mod, which is really cool, but for this entire build of basically all the science, we're not going to use it. I'm only going to use it when I decide, right, we're going to go and build a, you know, circuit factory up here or something. And what I'm intending, that's why I've got water fill, is to basically make proper harbours that look nice, because you can just slap. I mean, basically the waters, they're like ships mod. It's basically like trains on water. Basically, that's all it's really doing. And I've said before, you can basically, once you put them in, you do like a track, and it's I say it's basically a train track, but it isn't, if you see what I mean. It's a separate entity. But once it's down and the boats are running on it, you don't actually need the water there anymore. It's not. It doesn't have a check, or it didn't. Maybe they've added it on, but it doesn't have a check to make sure that it stays water. So basically, you can put it on and then landfill, and so you can have boats driving around on your, you know, on your land as if they're trains essentially. But it lets you do harbours, but it's fairly crude. You know, it's just train stations basically. So I'm thinking we'll build something that looks a bit more like a harbour down the line. Right. Okay, let's add in more power over here so we can make these labs. I forgot to do it, to be honest with you, but we need to go and so that's as far as up as we would potentially go. But there's all the labs back down at the main base that we'll pick up and bring up here. But say I forgot to do that. Right, so we want a bit of space, because what I normally do like a reverse bus for the science. So effectively, that was in the wrong place. Brilliant, well done. So effectively have like the red, green, blue, you know, coming this way, and feeding back. So effectively we take the material down, you know, we might make red science here, and I'm not going to go vast numbers for this. It's just going to be, you know, 1 a second type maths. Where do I want to put them then? So if we make them in this area here, because I'm slightly nervous about doing stuff on here because I know it does pick up the resources if I do that. So if we put the labs sort of, that would be as close as we could get them. So we'll do a little bit of a gap. Put you, oops, you there. Actually, no, let's put you there. And then I have that there. Because there's no, I don't think any of the, I hope, I don't have any extra sciences. It wasn't my intention to add sciences if I did. Whoops. But I have got a few more infinite researches. In fact, I don't need to do that, do I? I've only got these ones. And then, should I put them there, maybe? So we're going to need some more belts. So load in the car, though. Yeah, we could go for a boat ride if you want. If you want to see the boats in action. Because I have actually explored up here, but unfortunately died because I was doing it off stream. Because I've kind of the knock-on effect of having all the pollution and the biters, you know, absorbing it, as of course they're way more evolved than I would normally expect at this sort of stage. Or anyone would expect, not just me. No, can't get them. So yeah, so yeah, so they're quite feisty, even though we're you know, not that far into the game. I'll probably do something silly like loop it back around on itself, so that at least, you know, it's at least a bit interesting. Get some lights on it, and I think we're happy with that. I can't remember how many I've got over there. Got 5 on me, and then we've got 2. Wait a minute. Hang on. Let's do it the simple way. 18. 18. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. When I say I'm going to loop it around, what do I mean by that? See, it's not great for them to be filling that out. It's a bit of a waste of nanobots, really. I mean, I could just keep going. So it's the problem is basically if I put down any kind of, you see, so I've got that tile there, for example. If I do that, that one's gone. And there's certain things, if I put them on top of the batches, it basically gets rid of the patch. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So 15, 17. We're going to need one more. Not actually sure we can support this many labs, but I always tend to like to have just like loads of labs. Rather than math the labs out. Because to be totally honest, I find the whole the whole lab research speed a bit confusing. If I'm totally honest. Right, so let's go and pick up those labs. We'll also, I guess we'll do a bit of tidying up down there. And then we'll put, you know, red science, green science. Get them up and running. How are we doing? 5 o'clock. So we should get red and green up. Hopefully blue and military as well. And that'll put us basically back to where we are, as it were. That won't be a new advance. But then next time we pick up this series, we can... in fact, I've got some lights on me, haven't I? We can get into gold and purple. And then maybe we'll get some actual proper bots. And make our lives easier. Where are we missing lights? Here we go. Because nanobots is great, but I'd say it's a bit wasteful, really. Because each time you use one, I think there is like a return return percentage. So as in, you know, if there's 10 nanobots do jobs, where's me road? Then you sort of get 3 of them back or something. But they basically it destroys them using them. I've got the snap tube mod on, which is great, and I generally love it, but I always overcompensate. So rather than, so for example, turning a corner, because I'm so used to like correcting it myself, as it were. So you know, when you're not pointing in the exact straight line, I'm used to then like serpentining along the road, just correcting it each side, because you can never get it lined up perfectly. And of course, there's a slight delay with Snap 2, where it... What do we need? I could always keep this going as well. It's just it's a bit far away. I think we're out of... Yeah, let's grab some of them as well. Yeah, there's a delay with Snap 2, so I correct it at the same time it corrects it, so we end up veering all over the place. I just need to get out of the habit of... You can turn it off, but it's very useful when you're going for a very long distance in a very straight line. What are we after? I guess we could just grab some labs and stuff, because we're going to have to do batteries and all that sort of malarkey. Don't really need more of them, but yeah, we'll just keep hold of them. I've got loads of them, yeah. I think I should grab some engines. Or motors. I need to ferry some more turbines up, but I'll do that. Do that myself. We could get rid of some of these now. Stop it making some of them. Lights I've got in the car. Millions of for some reason. I guess we need more of you. Put the wood away. Oh, that's what I'm here to do. Completely forgot what we were after, but basically we're going to pick these labs up. I won't take the... I'll do the science packs myself. There's no point you guys sitting through me ferrying a load of science packs. Oh, I filled myself up, haven't I? Science packs back and forth. Right, we'll just chuck these in there. Let's say I'll ferry them up separately. So that's been labs. As I say, I'll tear apart the you know, the science down there, and grab the science packs and all that sort of stuff. Cool. So yeah, so my intention is to start the other series next week. See if I can get on the road. There we go. Which that series is going to be the I don't really know what I'm going to call it yet. Base in a book type of series. Basically, I'm going to build a load of blueprints for myself. Because I generally don't play with the same blueprints each time. Which I know makes me a bit unusual, but... But yeah, that'll be, you know, plain vanilla Factorio. I probably will do it as a playthrough. I don't think I'll pick up an old map. Yeah, I think I'll probably do it as a playthrough. The tricky part with that is I'd quite like to do like videos of it as well for YouTube. But that's a lot of work, if I'm totally honest. I'll have to see. But it'll be things like, so, like these, I've done the steel in a completely different way again. And I enjoy doing them all different each time, but it's, you know, it's time consuming. And if I'm going to have another go at doing a big old mega base, then I need to standardise a bit more stuff, I think. Right, we'll leave plenty of room in case I want to add in, you know, I want to split these and do more labs or whatever, but I can't see me actually doing that because obviously it's I'd need to be producing more science really, but you know, we'll leave it there in theory, but we might do that. Well, we're not short of space, so it's no problem. And so what we'll do, we'll put the red science here, basically. Let's get some lights on. Oh, bada. It's not happy with me. Actually, long reach, that is. That should be using there, but so not massively fast. Right. Get rid of these. Yet more rocks, because of course. Okay. Oh. Obviously, I would blueprint this and have my bots do it, but we haven't quite got to proper bots yet. Just the nanobots. Okay, so where do we want to do this? So I think what we'll actually do, I say, trying to spice things up and do them a little bit differently than I normally do. We'll do red and science on alternate sides of the belt rather than my usual one side and then side load onto the main thing. So what's that going to look like? If we go... oh, here somewhere. So we're obviously going to want 5 of these. So we will eventually do blue machines at least. And then, I mean, all this needs is cogs and copper. Cogs and copper. Sounds like a drama series. I think cogs and copper. So, do I want to side load it on here? I think is one. I'm in an error in a minute. Oops. No, let's not do that quite like that. Let's sort that out in a minute. Neighbour's making weird noises again. Right. So one machine will sort us out, won't it? So if we put that... Maybe if I put it on the inside? No, it's risky in case it doesn't quite support us. Yeah. Where's it fast and set? There we go. So, obviously bring a bit of iron up that way. Oops. What I would normally do is like lane balance everything, but so I'm trying to do things a bit differently to get me in a different mindset. So I'll do priority splitters instead. And yeah, what I'm thinking here, I'll do it a bit further down in case I do end up wanting another machine, if we do decide we're going bigger science and whatever, what have you. And then you want that. Oops. So this is the output. And that connects to there. Oops. Like that. Then am I going to put green literally on the other side? Might as well. And then we can have the things there. And I always forget, is it 6 or 7? 6. Okay. Get me lights in. Oops. Right, so we want this to be how do I want to do it? So if this is that, maybe we have cog machine there. And then that's iron plate coming up that way. And this output's there. Although they're crossing over each other then, aren't they? That's not good. So do the other way around. So that's cogs. And that wants to be a long-handed. Other way around. No, that's right. This is iron plate coming up now. This is it going that way. And that's on that side. Let's do it there. And this is going to be there. So there, half-second craft time. And that, of course, is half-second, but 2 of them. So more than sorted there. And then you need iron plate as well, don't you? As well as cogs. So try and do it a bit different to how I normally do it. Wait. That's belt's wrong way around. There we go. With the exception of course, I want to do it right. I don't want to make a complete mess of it. Right, and then green circuits on the side there. Looking forward to that one. Yeah, it's. Hoping it's going to be interesting. What did I do there? That wants to be on the other side, doesn't it? So we'll just side load that. But let's give it a bit of space in case. So I do want another machine. And then we'll side load it on there. In fact, no, side load it on there. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be sort of an interesting series for me as well, as in trying to work it out, because I'm going to try and do like, you know, a starter, like a compact, not necessarily compact actually, but you know, like a proper starter base, as it were, rather than, because you know, all of my starter bases are always just improvised together basically. I tend to work on design principles rather than, that sounds very fancy, but it's basically I repeat, you know, the same concepts rather than the exact same design as such. Or at least that's what I thought I did, but it turns out I do repeat a lot of designs. But yeah, sort of an actual starter base, you know, with say red, green, and military and blue science in it, something like that. You know, that you can just build. Well, I'm actually thinking maybe there's something a bit more intermediate, like a Kickstarter base or base to build a base type of thing, and it's literally more, you know, it's red and green science because you kind of got to have them, but belts and inserters, you know, produced very roughly, like I do the, you know, 2 labs arrangement, something like that. So it's just the, you know, absolute basics, and maybe we chuck oh, right off belts, mining drills and stuff in it as well, and you know, level 1 assemblers basically. Hey, first red science happening. Always a good sign. And then I'll sort of stick them in my, you know, personal blueprint book, which is empty apart from the old no spoon blueprints. But we'll get them in. Oh, had 100 red belt, 100 blue belt there, yellow belt there. Right, what do we need here? We need iron plate on that one. Like that. Oh, of course, there's no room. There's no room. There's no room. Let's put them turrets away. There's some belts on the belts there, aren't there? I seem to remember it used to just explode them onto the ground rather than put them on the belts, which I'm not sure I didn't prefer, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But right, so we need green circuits, which are as here. Okay. One of the things I'm hoping that series will get me past is there's always a bit of a point in my playthroughs where, like, I mean, we're at that point now with this one, where everything sort of grinds to a halt because I sort of make a decision, right, I'm going to build the base here, and it involves a gigantic amount of like fighter clearance and all this sort of stuff. And I'm hoping maybe I can do more of a stratified way of doing it, like a, you know, like as I say, like a base to build a base type approach rather than what I normally sort of do. Oh, you are working, okay. Right, let's get some lights on these. In fact, I've been inconsistent there, haven't I? Let's put that on the other side. Okay, so that's red and green. Let's do... which one first? Let's do military, I guess. Yeah, come on then. Yeah. Are there any research? There should be. Yeah, here we go. There's a bunch of researches I can do with red and green. So we'll get some of them. There you go. That's what I was saying. Coloured indicator lamp. So it lets you do coloured lights without having to do that thing where you use a logic thing to set them. You know, you don't have to have a constant combinator or whatever it's called. I always forget what they're called. Yeah, constant combinator. Outputting red, you know. You can just have a red light. Imagine the technology at that, eh? A red light. Bit of red glass over the light. There you go. So there are some weird things in Factorio when you think about it. But then I suppose you're not really supposed to think about it. Oh. Why did that not pop up? Have I accidentally set something off? Set something wrong? And here we go. Here's another one. I've already like got these. There's a weird thing. There's some weird interaction going on with some of my mods. Because it won't let me do. Oops. So these are the coloured lights, but I've got this is separate coloured concrete because the other one I had wasn't working properly. So this is a separate thing that lets me do all the... Because the idea is basically... So I think I explained this before, but you know, like train stations in particular, we'll have the trains being dropped off in like a colour-coded area that actually, as best as I can in Factorio, looks like a train station. So we'll use all the... in fact, where the heck is that? Oh, maybe I took that one off. Is there not the coloured hazardcrete? Huh. Unless that's another... That must be in the coloured concrete. That's... Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh well, let's have a pink light. Show you what I'm talking about anyway. There you go. So it's just pink by default sort of thing. It's not... You don't have to have a combinator telling it to be pink and use the colour sort of thing. Right. As I say. Can I get it... let me think. Okay. Because we're going to do military science. It's got 3 things it loads in. But only walls. There you go. Oh no, it doesn't have... I wonder where the coloured hazardcrete is then. Maybe I just don't have it anymore. Do you see me? I got loads of them now. Oh, painted concrete. There we go. That's the one I was talking about. So we can use some of these stripy ones to make it look, you know, proper like. So maybe the red and yellow one, or the red and white one for where we're dropping off red circuits, and the green and white one for where we're dropping off green circuits, and the blue and white one for where we're dropping off blue circuits, and then we can use blue concrete around the blue area and the red concrete around the red area and things like that. Just to make it look a bit sort of, you know, proper, as it were. Like some engineer has come in and gone, right, well, this is the blue, you know, blue circuit drop-off station. So let's stick, you know, let's colour code it blue. Right, so if we want to do military, so we need to make all of these anyway. So I need a bit of space for that, really. Okay, so let's make let's do brick walls first. Stone walls rather first. And let's do them a bit further up. Let's do them there. Yeah. So if this is where the... Is that right? There. What am I doing? Basically, I'm trying to... Okay. So, if this is making brick walls, try not to align with that is what I'm trying to avoid. Right, so if we make it... In fact, let's put it in line, and then it won't be a problem. Yeah, okay. So this one is then going to be the... Or should I... No. Let's not get too fancy. Right, so... I'll put them on for the moment. I can't remember how many you actually need, but... let's assume we're going to have something like that. We need stone brick. Cool. Oh, it's right there. Ah. Yeah, then we'll have, you know, we'll have all sorts of awesome, you know, can't think of the name for them. The defences, basically, so turrets and stuff. If I put that there, then we can have a combined one going that way. And then we can have mixed one. So if this is... I'll do the maths in a minute. But this is going to be grenades. Granata. Right there. Oops. And then we want... Put them a bit close together, but... We shall see what we shall see. So that's then them, and then we'll put... Don't you need 3? So I'll do the maths in a minute, but we'll have them there. Because they're just iron plates and coal, which we've got on the bus. Get on the bus. So there's coal there. Superb. Sweep. Then... Oh, no, it needs to be side-loaded. In which case... do that. And that'll let us grab that from there. There we go. Bit polluted that line now, but so I'll work out how many I need in a moment. So you then are steel, copper, and okay. So in fact, I need to do it now, really, don't I? So if this ends up being half and half lanes, Oh no, I can put the iron plate on the other end, but I'm going to need yeah. So I'm going to need iron plate as well for the regular ammo somewhere, either there or it makes no sense to put it there. But then this is going to be the actual grey science. So if I put that there, bing bong bing. Right, so let's do some of these other like utility ones, as it were, for our more exotic mods. So you're going to be up there. Right, so grey science. Express Prezi turned up from the in-laws, so I had to make it. Okay, what was that? If you don't mind saying, Grim. It was a delivery, was it? Right, so not really used to these streams anymore. It's weird, eh? Yeah. So I get out of practice, as it were. Right, so you're lined up with there. So how many? What's the maths on this? That's what I'm trying to do. So if it's 10-second crafting time, but we get 2 of them, then 5 machines will give us 1 per second. Right. So I'm intending again, we'll have blue science here, basically. Right, and then we could stick the lights on. We could copy and paste that. Save a little bit of effort. Cool. I guess we could have these being loaded into chests as well. Like so. So how do I want to do that? If I put that right there, stack of them, and then what we could do is we could, let's not do it on that one, let's do it there, and then we'll tell one of, in fact let's just do the simple version. So if we do, let's get my head around it, output priority filter to grenades. So there'll be grenades in here, and then AP ammo in there, hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Right, so we need combined those two. Okay, so we can just do a simple thing. We do firearm magazines. Take 1 second to craft. These take 3 seconds. Yeah, I am doing a remembering. And we can take that there. So that's that one done. Do them. Transport signals. I say it's all basically train stuff for them, in essence, but they look really cool when they're buzzing around. Tis cool. So if we have iron plate in there, like that. And then this one, oh, I don't want it side loading. Cool. So that needs to be iron plate, but then this one's a combined steel and copper. Bit of a weird way I've done that, but in fact that is a very weird way of doing that. Let's not do that. Let's do that. hopefully shouldn't cause any loading issues, as in these will be able to keep up, but we can always add extra ones on. So now this is only, that's a bit more sensible. Right. I was actually thinking whether I wanted to, talking about Xmas prezzies, try streaming some VR stuff, but it looked really complicated. I couldn't get my head around it at all. All the stuff you have to do to get that to work. I guess it'd be easier if I had a capture card or something like that, but just do this with the OBS. Good old OBS. Right, so how am I going to get that? So if we have that sideload on now, like that. Whoops. Like that, maybe. And your steel. Yeah, I've ended up with a weird gap there. It's a bit annoying. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. So you're going in there. You're going down there. I say I would normally do loads of lane balancing, but let's not be fussed about that. So, you're making regular ammo. Oh, are you loaded? Oh, you're waiting for steel. Can a red, a long-handed keep up? I'm sure it can. With a grey machine, anyway. Might need them for blue. In fact, where's the next one of those? Oops. Huh. Why is that? There we go. What happened there? In fact, that's on the wrong side, isn't it? Ah. And then you lot there. Why have you put grenades in there? Naughty thing. Right, why are you not making anything? You are, but you've got nowhere to put it. Now, how many of these do we need? We need like 10, don't we? Something ridiculous. Because we need a grenade a second. Oh, we need 2 stone walls a second. They're like half a second each, aren't they? Yeah. So actually one machine would be fine, but we need to stick it in a chest anyway. So yeah, so this is 10 of these. So we want 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No. Like that. Get a bunch of lights in. Oh, it's hidden behind the rock. Different. Lights on there. Cool. So that's great science done. Let's hook this up. Like so. And work on blue science. So, we need to go and do red circuits, basically. That's the big thing. But we can put... in fact, what's the ratios on those? So, 24 second crafting time, but we get 2 of them. So, 12 seconds crafting time. So, 12 machines. You can see why people struggle with suddenly when you get to the, you know, to this part of the game, because it's like suddenly what? I need, you know, if they're even if they're even working in that way, but you know, 12 machines ramping up from 6 machines is like a huge challenge, really. Especially given you need to make engine units, which they take 10 seconds each. Or is it 8 seconds? I can never remember. And advanced circuits and sulfur. It is quite an ask, really. So I don't think any of them... I mean, we're going to need 3 advanced circuits a second, basically. So we can stick anything on any side of a belt. So we might as well do... Because if we're going to have red circuits coming in, we might as well... And, you know, we're obviously going to make engine units. Might as well half and half belt these. I mean, I'm a bit puzzled actually, if I'm totally honest. I guess it's because there was so much pollution when it got into its steady state thing. Because this isn't really doing anything yet. It will when we get purple science. Blimey, will it? So then I'll need to have the defences done. But this has done what I said. It's basically the pollution is sucked backwards, basically. The machine draws it backwards, essentially. Because it overwhelms it initially, and then it slowly comes back as the pollution amount drops. And we get continuous pollution production from the miners. So there never won't be any pollution. But they're not really doing anything, I say. They're sort of trickling in a bit of... here they are, you see, cargo ships, tanker ships. Really, really, really nice models, I think. And they look even better when you get them in the game. I'm erring off doing these for the time being. I do need to do them. But, I say, I'd rather focus on some of this more interesting stuff. In fact, let's do military stuff now that we've got military science on the go. There you go. So there's the other thing. You can use the nanobots for actually like as if they were real bots, as it were. I did tell him that. So that's military science actually being used. Bada. Right, so we want... What do we want? We want red circuits. So we'll put red circuits down here, basically. So we'll go and make them up the top somewhere. With some of this plastic. So we're going to want a bit of a gap here. And then this will be... like that, I guess. And then... like that, maybe? The times when the music kicks in this game, when it kind of, I wouldn't say like sends a chill down my spine, but it sort of, I don't know, it's sort of, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a comfort feeling, like, because I love this game so much. And it's like, I don't know, it triggers, I say it's almost like, it's more like this nostalgia, but obviously it's not an ancient game or anything. But yeah, it's an odd sort of, where am I going to put these red circuits? Maybe put them in here? It's a little tricky. Here would be better. Yeah, let's put them here. Obviously the challenge with red circuits is just the sheer volume of stuff. But they require. Yeah. How am I going to do red circuits this time? The magical mystery tour of weird builds that I get into. Let's start them. Oops, start them up here somewhere. Wait, have I even got any? I've got 6. Oh, I'm not making any assemblers, am I? If I was to make blues, I would need steel, wouldn't I? Okay. Let's hive off a bit of steel. Here. This. Okay, so if we make cogs, then we'll make grey circuits, and maybe I put them into a chest, and then into blue circuits, and we make more cogs there. Can that work? So I'm not sure I can actually, if everything sort of kicks in, I don't think there's enough iron plate on that really. Oh, whoops, we'll give it a go. I got warehouse mods as well. I haven't really even built any of them yet. Advanced walls. All the battery buffs for the robots that I haven't built. Let's do lasers. Then we can potentially stick a few laser turrets in. That's risky because we don't have a lot of headroom on power. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can... I've got all those advanced ones as well. Electron beam ones. So there's so much cool stuff in this... these mods. That I might have gone a bit overboard. Right. Put that there. Oh. Right. There we go. So if you're making level 1s and you're making cogs, and then you're making level 2s, which also need them, that, as well as that, which doesn't appear to be coming through for some reason. Oh, I didn't connect it. Okay. Right. Let's go and cap those chests. We don't want... One of the errors I made in my Megabase series actually was not capping one of these chests. And I ended up with like 1 million blue assembly machines. Yeah, that didn't actually result in me getting very many machines, did it? So if we make a few more while it makes us some. How do I want to do this then? Let's do... bit of a space as per usual. So if you're going to make red circuits for me, you need copper wire, plastic bars, and green circuits. Okay. So, if we do fairly standard stuff here. And then I'll just decide how I'm going to hook it up. Cool. So, what do we want to do? If we do... Maybe if I've sort of combined... Because as I say, I can turn round. If we do a sort of a... In fact, I could probably have one of the lanes just be going up here. Because what's the ratios on a... So it takes 2, doesn't it? So if you wanted to produce a full lane of reds, you would need 2 lanes of plastic, you see. You know, setting aside any malarkey with prod bonuses or anything. Right, let's take that out there. I'm actually thinking maybe if I... But then it requires 20 green circuits, doesn't it? No, that's blue circuits. It's 2. Yeah, okay. Let's do a tweak to this. Put that one further down. Flip them round. I mean, I just want enough, basically, to be able to support the blue science, really. Like that. That's a bit ugly, but whatever. In fact, no, let's just leave it like that. Okay, so is that good? Are they? No, they need a. Not needed, don't they? So we don't need this anymore. We're doing that, and instead we could have. How do we want to do it? So we could do. Maybe we could do a cable production thing here. And we have copper. Oops. Copper coming up that way. Why not? Why not? Yeah, whatever. So you need to grab them, and you need to grab other way around. There we go. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Oh. Okay, so we need a couple of lanes of copper. Let's move that up. Yeah, move that up. Copper here, maybe? That. I promise we will eventually start making pretty looking bases, but I was quite keen to play this through from the beginning. It's just we got so delayed with messing about with the biters. Right, so if we're going to make where am I going? 1 blue science a second. Then we need 3 circuits a second. No, we don't. We need 1.5 a second because we can divide it by 2. Because each chemical pack uses 1.5 red circuits basically, so we need 1.5 of these per second. They take 6 seconds to craft each. So we need 6 to get 1 second, so we need 9 in theory. I don't think I can support 9 with this design. We'll see. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that, in theory, gives us a bit of headroom for using red circuits elsewhere. In practice, I'm not sure. I mean, because obviously it's grey machine, so it's a little bit deceptive, but well, let's math it out. So if we got 9, if we've got 2, 4, 6, 12 machines, then effectively we would trying to produce 2 a second. So we would need 4 plastic bars a second. That's okay. And 4 circuits a second. That's okay. But we would need 8 cables a second. And that's okay because it's on double-sided. Okay, so we should be able to support this. In fact, I think we can kind of double it. Kinda. Let's just do that. Let's do it and be a legend. Oh, so my new design rail lifter, fully loaded 1-4 train doesn't have the grunt to get up. So I just added another locomotive to the back. 1-4-1 train goes up no problem. Oh right, okay. I didn't know they were constrained in that way. Is it? I guess they must be modelling actual, you know, power and weight and stuff then. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, because they do that with the, you know, the Explorer and stuff. You know, when you're driving up hills, you slow down. So I suppose it makes sense that they applied that to the trains as well. But I always sort of assumed that trains were quite a bit of a cheat. Because I know there's a thing that they can basically drive through each other, can't they? Or through themselves or something. I'm actually going to stick blue things on there, but we need more circuits. Yeah, I always sort of assumed trains were sort of just cheating. Or done in a cheaty way. But I guess not then, if that's the case. Obviously cheating in quotes, you know, they're basically shortcutting things or whatever. And the trains you saw were almost like, you know, theoretical representations of trains than actual trains. They use way more power on the way up and down. Interesting. Train collisions are a thing. Animations go. I've not actually tested it. I saw in the. Oh, forgot about my car. I saw in the, you know, like the video they did for you know, when Update 5 and that came out. It they had one on there, didn't they? But I've not actually tested it out myself. I guess partly because I mean, I've got such a minimal train network. I guess I could just stick a train on one of the, you know, one of the lines basically. So does it apply to? Oh, it's nearly 6 o'clock actually. Okay. Does it apply to you as a player. So if you get hit by a train or you're in the way of a train, does it actually damage you now? Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, whoops, 12. Right. Oh, I should make nanopots as well, shouldn't I? Right, so the bit that's missing is the engines. Am I going to do that now? I mean, it wouldn't take too much to do. Because obviously we need steel, iron gear wheels, and pipes. We need half an engine a second, is it? No, 1 engine a second. And they take 10 to craft. It is 10 to craft. Okay. So, we'll actually offset this, I think, so that we can make sure they get into the first one. And then we want that going up there. Like that. And then we'll just have the steel coming that way. And then we want pipes and gears. 2 pipes and 1 gear. Okay. Okay. Let's offset that as well. So if we have that there. Oh no, it doesn't really matter. Because I'll just do it. We do it going in that way. So how many do we need? We need 2. We need 2 a second and 1 a second. And that makes them in half a second, doesn't it? Yeah. But then oops. Pipes is 1 second, isn't it? Oh no, half second. Huh. For some reason I thought they were different craft times. Promise I have played this game before. Right. So your output, your input, might need 2 of them. In fact, yeah, probably will. Right, your output, your input. In fact, I think I'll just double them up, just, you know, just because, really. Because I can. Oh, iron plate. Which is there. Not tested that one. Not been brave enough to stand in front of a train, eh? Or perhaps been too sensible to. Iron plate there. We need steel here. This will be perfect, actually. We're going to be ending just on 6 o'clock as we're just doing. So that's a weird gap I've ended up with there. Oh well. Oh well. So there. That on there. Oops, steel. That lad there. Normally I build these so that I can put beacons in and stuff. But as I say, I'm trying to do it a bit different. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Just waiting for a train on the pass with a trek. I need a couple more, don't I? Cool. It is working. Run out of blue inserters as well. Let's just craft a few of them up. Cool. I've been quite inconsistent with the lights, but there you go. Are you making blue yet? Come on, my friend. Because we're nowhere near the power capacity. Oh, steam's kicked back in though. You're waiting on engines. You're slowly chugging through engines. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, there's some blue. Excellent. Excellent. Perfect time to end. It isn't a thing. Oh, right, okay. So what happens then? It just sort of passes through you, does it? Or... I have to admit, I'd assumed what they would do is have the collision there, but it doesn't hurt you, you know, just to stop any kind of... I mean, it's a pain in the bum, as you know, when you die. You have to go and get your chest or, you know, whatever. That's interesting. Interesting that it doesn't have any collision at all. It's like you're a ghost. Oh, okay. I thought it might push out the way, but then I suppose if it pushed you out the way, and you did like, you know, like your nice, you know, overhead rail thing, if it pushed you out the way and pushed you off the side, it'd kill you anyway because you'd then fall to your death, sort of thing. So it makes sense that it doesn't, but oh yeah, okay. I guess it wimped out because that's one of the best things in Factorio is that sudden sudden death from a train, you know. I say best things, one of the most amusing things. Right, so there we are. The plan, as I say, is to start the Base in a Book playthrough next week. So I will do some stuff on this, but it'll be, you know, basically it's this issue that we need more of these pollution eaters. So I'll stick a bunch of them in. What I might do, because the other thing I should do, I mean, there is so much ammo on these belts. It's why I don't do it. But there's so much ammo on these belts. It does technically loop round, doesn't it? If I do that. So if I extend that round, I could bring the ammo back again. Because what I'm thinking is I need to upgrade this to armor piercing. And we've got steel here. And copper I can get over. It's obviously a bit tedious. Putting a belt all the way over here. But yeah, so that's the type of thing I'll probably do off stream. Like you see, the pollution's now kicked in now that we're actually doing stuff. Oh, I need to put a radar on actually. Where's the nearest one? Yeah, let's put one in. There, maybe. Yeah, that's the type of thing I'll do on this. So it won't really progress. You know, I won't do any more sciences or anything like that. But that's what we will do next time. You see, we've got tons and tons of room. You see, you know, we've got. In fact, let's tag these up just as a final thing. So we want red science. In fact, can I do... If I call it red, green, is that the same difference? I don't get the thing it does with zooming them in and out. I always find that a bit weird. But I also don't like, you know, when you put the things on, show the recipes, I don't really like that. It becomes too busy, really. Okay, so I put a tag in for... Oops. For military, other way around, isn't it? Military and blue. It should be, yeah. Oops. And then I wish you could move tags still. You used to be able to move them. Labs. Ah, you see I misclicked there. So we've done the stone smelting, we've done copper smelting, we've done oil processing. Yeah, so I say this map won't really advance very much, and next week we'll start the basing a book in quotes series. I need to decide whether I'm going to pick up some old map that I've got or start a new map. I suspect starting a new map, I might do it as like a play along type of thing, as in if someone wanted to follow the series and do it, I'll pick a nice seed, because I had thought about doing a series where I called it 1, 2, 3 of Factorio, and basically had the seed be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, you know, sequential number gives a nice set of nice map, but then it's a very obvious seed, you know. The trouble is when you do that seed, it's not generally a nice map. So yeah, I think it'll be a new playthrough, but we shall see. Creative mode, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll give it a thought anyway. Yes, so that's it for today. Run over a little bit, but thanks for joining me, Grim, and Crazy Bacon Hair in particular for chatting, and anyone else who's been watching. Thanks for doing so, and I hope you might consider coming back for another one. Schedule-wise, Monday I will be playing Dysosphere program from 5 o'clock. That's a good timing. After work. And then we will flip the Satisfactory stream to Dysosphere program as well. So basically DSP Mondays and Fridays, Factorio Saturday and Sunday. Once I've played through once we've built a Dysosphere, I'll then flip that Monday, Friday to Satisfactory, because that gave me a chance to, understand the game basically. So I'm a bit lost with Satisfactory, if I'm honest, at the moment. Yeah, so that's it for me for this week. I say I'll come back next week with a different series, and I'll maybe alternate them, maybe do them a bit randomly, but it'll always be Factorio. It's just what I fancy doing, how much I've done off stream, those sorts of things to alleviate the pressure a bit. I found the Mega Base series a bit too heavy in terms of I had to do it, otherwise we didn't really go anywhere, sort of thing. It's difficult to explain, but yeah. So I say, if you've been watching, thanks for doing so, and I hope you come back for another one. Thanks to the chatters, thanks to the watchers, and I shall catch you in another one. Yeah. Have a good evening. Cheers.